Oliver Walsh is the name. I'm from Blackwater here in County Wexford. Blackwater, I suppose, I'll give it a bit of a plug, is a well-known village. The Tidy Towns has won several awards in the Tidy Towns nationally over the years. And it's a seaside village, a touristy area. Well, we have a small piece of land here, so we mainly breed horses here. We aim usually to produce about 5 to 6 foals every year. This year we have 4 foals on the ground, and at the moment I think I have 6 scanned in foal for next year, so and maybe another one to cover still. So probably most of them have a traditional Irish background, but at this stage we're mixing in some of the warm blood as well. I think the main thing is to get a good looking horse on the ground, and that's trainable and rideable, I think is the main thing. I would be relatively new to the showing game. I would have always, over the last number of years, tried to support some of our local shows here, be it Gorey, Adamstown and Bannow Show, and bring a mare and foal. Not that we would have had a lot of serious contenders for the show and scene, but I think it's always good to show a foal. It's a good reason to get them handled and get them out for the day, and I think it's also good to support our local agricultural shows, which are a big event in the annual calendar in this county here. So I always like to support the local shows. A few years back I bought a mare. I saw this mare on Dundee, a mare called Kilcahill Saphire. She was on Dundee, and a man called Brendan Newell, who was well known in the showing circles, was selling her. He had bred the family, and I think going back 2 or 3 generations of the family. Unfortunately, I lost the first foal out of her, but then I bred her the next year to Dignified, who's now a 5-year-old and is heading for Dublin. He has been in Dublin as a yearling, and he's been in Balmoral, but he's now under saddle with Brian Murphy, and also under side saddle with Stephanie Moore. I didn't name him myself, I had nothing to do with the name, but he was named Bali Conneer, which is the local beach and a local town's land. And we're looking out at Bali Conneer every day, and incidentally it's here in this picture here right behind me here. We have Bali Conneer in the background, so it's great to see him being called Bali Conneer. I have a 2-year-old gelding which I have retained here myself. A gelding, I suppose, as a foal and a yearling, he was a bit backward in himself, and I retained him. I always liked him from the word go. I think he's a very, very nice horse. We started out first in Hiello show, where he was a reserve champion. It's a new experience, I suppose, for me, showing young horses in hand. But he was reserve champion in Hiello. We then moved on to Gorey show, and where he stood as champion young horse. She's also qualified for the Hiello All-Ireland 2-year-old geldings class. Our aim is to go there and hopefully then to Dublin later on that week. The family here, we all play a big part. Ollie here helps me out with the handling of the horse and leading of the horse and looking after him and all that. Ruby also. Isabel does the plaiting and the grooming. She's very good at that. And also Jack. Jack had to stay at home from holidays last week because to feed the horse, to look after the horse when we were away. But also, I suppose, my brother Joe plays a big part in the breeding here. He plays and helps me out a lot. We work quite closely together breeding. He breeds a few as well, and incidentally he has bred another horse that has qualified for the 3-year-old young event horse, loose jumping, in Dublin this year, a horse by Jackie Dello, who he bred, so he'll be looking forward to seeing him there as well. The foundation mare that we have here that started off is a mare called Crossshoe Lass. She's here still on the farm. She's 27 years of age. Doesn't show her, she's looking well for her age, but she's retired now for the last number of years. Her best produce was a horse called Prince Mayo, who we saw winning the 3-star event in Tattersalls back in 2016, I think. He was our first foal. and it was great to be there that day to see him winning that under Paul Tapner. She bred 20 foals, I think, in her lifetime. She never missed a year here when she was breeding. 20 foals by 20 different sires, so she had a mixed bunch of horses. Some of them performed quite well and are still performing. There's another horse on the go at the moment. He's at intermediate level with a girl called Kate Lumsden, and he's a horse called Crucial Diamond. And also we have retained a filly here, a mare at this stage by Tullabeg Fusion, a mare called Bell's Nugget, that my daughter produced and jumped a bit. She actually won the Inter-Schools individual league last year on her. We have two other mares here on the farm, both half-sisters to two well-known four-star eventers in Kilronan and Strike Smartly. Kilronan, of course, was another top horse for Paul Tapner, and Strike Smartly, Tom McEwen rode him. I'm a firm believer that we should try and keep breeding in this country, because, as they say, I suppose when they're gone, and it's too late. The TIH half-sister to Kilronan is by Golden Master. She's breeding here and has bred a few nice foals for me. And we also have the other half-sister, who's by Je T'aime Flamenco, a 160 show jumping horse, so she's interesting as well. So that's just a taste of some of the mares that we have here. I've been going to Dublin since I was a small child, I suppose. At that time, as a family, we went to Dublin every year. Kind of a family holiday, I suppose, maybe for a day or 2 days every year. We used to go up on the train, and I don't think I have missed it ever a year since. The logistics of getting to Dublin this year, I suppose, are a bit different, because not only we bring it as going as a family, but we also have to bring the horse, and getting the horse box and getting the horse up there on the Wednesday evening probably, and getting him home then whenever he's coming home and that kind of thing. So it's a lot more organising and something that was completely new to us, but we're looking forward to it.